Hey guys, it's Tom Stricken, and today we're going to be doing HID install in a 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe. These cars, no matter how fully loaded you get, and we got one that's pretty fully loaded, just minus the navy and the roof, they do not come with HIDs, so that's an option you got to add on yourself. It's cheap enough nowadays, and it's very easy, as you're going to see in a few minutes, so it's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker on this car. You have projector headlights that are standard halogen bulbs. You have your high beams that are standard halogen bulbs, and the LED accent, and that's pretty much it that this headlight is. So I'm going to zoom in on the table because I have the bulbs laid out exactly the way I want to show you for a specific reason, and I'll show you how to install. Hang tight. You have to have this inside or right next to the bulb with this grommet, because on the Santa Fe headlights they have a cap, and you have to drill a hole into this cap, and the grommet's going to go into the hole to make it waterproof. If this is anywhere else, it's not going to work. Also, you have to have this plug, and I'm going to zoom in on it. It's the power supply. This will plug into where your old headlight used to plug into. Some will come with just prongs. See those prongs inside? Let me turn the light on for you. Some will come with just prongs, and you don't want that because you're either going to have them kind of rinky-dink in there, or you're going to have to cut the wire off, cut the prong off, and solder it and connect it the right way to the actual headlight. But that means having to cut off the plug on the original headlight. Not a good idea. So you want to buy an HID kit that's going to have this plug available for you. It's just a quick plug and play. This is the true plug and play HID kits. Now, there's a lot of companies out there in eBay that sells HID kits. I don't fall into that scheme of buying like a Zentak or anything name brand or HID Boys or whoever's out there. I buy a regular cheap kit. They're all the same thing. The only difference is the actual sticker on the ballast. People find the sticker on there and they think that it's magically made by that company. It's not. They're all made in China. They're all the same crap. It's just there's no reason to pay for a higher price. Alright guys, we're going to tap our hole here dead center. There's a little tiny hole there right in the center of the cap. You can see it. We're just going to use that as our spot to put the tip of the drill bit in. Alright guys, the actual drill bit is going to be a 1, and it creates a nice hole there for you. I finished it up with a Dremel, and that will allow you to sneak in the largest of the plugs, which is going to be sneak in your largest plug like so, and you're going to fish your grommet through until it seats in nice and snug, and that will create a watertight finish for you on both ends. That is how you use an HID kit on the 2013 Santa Fe, or any car that actually has this cap. I know a lot of vehicles nowadays include this type of a cap, and gonna pop in my seal as well. But let's see you under the hood, and we'll install our kit. Now I'm going to fish the bulb, and I know you can't see me doing it, but I'm fishing it into the actual headlight bulb housing, and gently going to turn it clockwise until I feel it lock. Give it a nice little wiggle to know it's in there, and mine is in fact in there. Now I'm going to pull as much of the slack as I can out of these wires, making sure I do not disturb this grommet. Alright guys, we had an issue. I ordered a 35 watt kit, which is pretty much standard for what everybody does. It made our lights flicker, and then when you turn the car on, they flickered and then turned off, because your car has I guess a voltage sensor or a wattage sensor. If it's too low, it basically sends a signal that your lights are out, and it stops trying to reignite the burnt bulb. So what you're going to need to do is get an inline capacitor. It basically gives you that 55 watt low beam draw, but it puts out 35 watts for this. So it basically tricks your onboard computer thinking that the bulb is still there and it's still in operating condition. So what you're going to have is you're going to have your 2 wires coming out from the HID bulb behind the cap. You're going to take these, plug them into your ballast, and the power is going to go into this capacitor to trick the system from the capacitor right into your ballast. And now they're working flawlessly. So let's go on with the other side, and I'll show you guys exactly how to wire this up. All right, guys, now we're on the driver's side. I'm just gonna work you through from the extreme beginning. Since we unplugged the original bulb already, we're going to go ahead and plug our original harness, which comes with the car, right into this thing, which is on this side of the grommet. Try not to get your bulb dirty. We're gonna plug it in. Now, since both wires are yellow, it is difficult to tell which one's positive, which one's negative. Some plugs will fit both ways. If it doesn't turn on, you pretty much know that that is the reason why. You probably got it backwards. We're going to install our HID bulb. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a little tip. Look at the way this plug is, the gray plug, the harness plug, compared to the wires coming out of here, because if you get this backwards, you could potentially blow one of these capacitors. So take a really good look. I'll tell you where the writing is on this yellow one. There isn't any. There's no line, there's nothing. So the way you can tell, I guess, is look on this gray area right here. There's no notch. See this little notch right there? Get a hold of that, and this way you know which way you should plug them in. Because you don't want to blow this capacitor. You're going to end up ordering two, and you can only be able to install one. Okay, we got that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this end of the stuff, we're going to fish it through the hole that we drilled in our cap. We're going to get down to the grommet, and we are going to fish the grommet through just enough so both sides are covered up from any moisture or water. Okay, that looks good to me. And we're going to carefully put our cap back, making sure not too much wires in there. If anything, we're just going to pull some out if there's too much in there. Sometimes there might be too much HID bulb wire versus the other one, which is harness wire. Screw our cap back on. And the power coming out, going right into your capacitor, from the capacitor into the HID, and out of the HIDs going right to your bulbs. That's it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much the whole install. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, rate. Oh, by the way, I hid this whole little set right there. Ballast and capacitor.